Good afternoon, guys. I'm here with you from a very unusual angle for a very specific reason. A lot of people have said to us in the last while, I don't know what nutritional labels are. I don't really understand this calorie nonsense. I don't understand how to read this stuff on the food, and I don't know what it means to me. So, we're going to have a look at that today. And I have a very convoluted setup here so we can look at the foods as I go. I've picked some random foods out of the kitchen press here at home to have a look at them and see how would you read these nutrition labels and how would they fit into your diet. So I'm going to go to a slightly different view now, and hopefully this doesn't go all horribly wrong. Come on, Facebook, press the button. There we go, we have a table and we have our notebook. So the first thing is we want to talk about is how many calories do you want in a day? And we're going to write this out roughly. So what we like to say for ladies, typically a lady who wants to lose weight will want to be eating 1200 to 1400 calories. And for guys, they will want to be eating something like 1800 kcal. Now look, everybody's different weight, everybody has different activity level, everybody has a different job, everybody has different responsibilities, so these numbers can vary wildly. Okay, so they are only really an indicator. It's so difficult to accurately guess or estimate what someone is burning as regards energy. You're often better to start and adjust. Most ladies, I would say, if you're looking to lose weight, 1200 to 1400 calories per day. And for most guys, again, if they're looking to lose weight, around 1800. If you're on a bike 4 hours a day, hell yes, you need a lot more calories. But the majority of people coming to us, these are the trends we see. So what do these numbers actually mean, and should I care about them? It's a ballpark of the energy. It's like miles per gallon. It's like how much fuel you have in your tank for the day. If you've too much, you're wasting, you're going to add it on. Okay? That's probably not the best analogy, but nonetheless. So if we're looking at ladies, you can have 1200 to 1400 calories a day. So what would make the most sense is to have a couple of smaller meals that are going to be 2, 3, 400 calories. Okay? And try not to drink your calories. Drinking calories is the enemy. So I'm going to pick up one of my favorite go-tos here is some orange and mango juice. So everyone likes to get and say, oh, I don't want to drink Coke, I want to drink something else, I want to drink something healthy, and we go for orange juice. And orange juice, while not necessarily inherently bad for you, does have a lot of calories. So we're going to look here at the label, and we're going to see here, per 100 milliliter, it has 50 calories. And here's the second thing that these guys try to do to trick you a little bit. Per 150 milliliters, it's 75 calories. Well, I will tell you something. I, for one, have never seen anyone sit down and drink 150 milliliters of juice. That is less than half a can of Coke. Okay? So we're going to say that serving size should really be at least double that. So each glass of orange juice you're drinking is going to be something like 200 or 250 calories. Now, that's starting to chalk away at this awful quick. And then, so why does it have so many calories? Because it's got a lot of sugar. It is effectively 10% sugar. 100 milliliters, you're getting 11 grams of sugar. So that's where all the calories are coming from, because there is sugar in fruit. And we all know that if you wanted to lose weight, you wouldn't sit down and eat spoonfuls of sugar. But what you're doing is you're drinking it. Now, for contrast, what's an interesting one is we're going to pick up here Club Zero. Now, this has a nice orangey taste, and it has zero sugar. Yes, there are artificial parts in it, which you could argue is not the best, but if we're trying to lose weight and we're not worrying about health in the short term, this is a good option if you really feel like you need to taste something. Because if we turn this guy around, this is 330 milliliters, and this guy has 12 calories in that can. So that's 330 milliliters. And this guy over here was, where were we? 50 calories. So your glass of orange juice equivalent to this will be something like 80, oh wait a sec, I'm obviously getting my math wrong. This is going to be like 170 calories and it's going to be 17 grams of sugar. This guy's going to be 12. And if you want to go even better, our friend Diet Coke or Coke Zero is going to be the same. How many calories is in a can of Diet Coke? In a can of Diet Coke, there is 1 calorie. Okay, so straight away there, if you're someone who's trying to lose weight and you're drinking something like 2 or 3 glasses a day of orange juice, or even 1 large glass a day of orange juice, there's 500 calories going on that. You could have Diet Coke and spend no calories. And what if we wanted to look at some meals? Well, one of my favourite ready-to-go meals is this guy, a little tuna salad from Lidl. So this tuna salad, I would describe this as a good template for a meal, calorie-wise and protein-wise. So calories, this guy has, let's see if we can see him, 290 calories. And he has 24 grams of protein. Now, what we always like to say in the gym, if you're looking for a meal, the best guideline is to go for something below 450 calories and above 20 grams of protein. That's usually a good meal. The lower this number and the higher this number, the better. Obviously, we're making generalizations there. But we'll see what this guy like. He's well below the 450 calories. He's 290 calories. That's a very nice example of a lunch. And it's well above the protein, the 24 calories. Now, I'm not going to go in depth into why protein is important to your diet right now. But what we usually like to say is you want to be getting 2 grams per weight of protein per day. Now, that sounds like gobbledygook. For ladies, and I'm going to spitball this, you're generally going to want over 100 grams of protein per day. And guys will generally want over 150 grams of protein per day. These are very ballpark estimates. If you're staying inside this, getting more than 100 grams of protein a day, you will probably lose weight. I like to call it the calorie budget. But let's have a look at 1 or 2 other meals. We're concentrating on nutritional labels now. So, next meal we're going to get, which is not as good a choice as the tuna salad, is a slow-cooked cottage pie from Iceland. Now, I'm actually a big fan of ready-made meals. I don't think you have to eat perfect organic all the time. Yes, it's nice, but I live in the real world. People have obligations, people have families, people are busy, people are working 2 jobs. You don't always have time to go out and get everything organic and cook perfect food. So this thing here is 450 grams. So it's actually, this is quite a lot for one person. And this particular meal is 716 calories. So that's quite a lot. If you're a lady, that is over half of your daily calorie intake from one meal. And how are we for protein? It's 24 grams of protein. So while it has a reasonable amount of protein, it's a bit disproportionate to the calories. So I would say this could be a good choice for a guy, provided he's getting his protein somewhere else and the rest of his day is okay. I would say for a lady, this would be a poor choice because there is an awful lot of calories in this one meal. Now, a nice example in contrast to that, I don't have the Iceland example, but it's very nice. A fish pie. Now, fish in general has a lot less calories and very high protein. So this thing here now, fisherman's pie, it says on the front 333 calories per pie. Now, the first thing we're going to check is, are they trying to trick us? Oh, well, they're trying to trick me. Okay, here we go. Nutritional. So each oven baked pie contains 333 calories and each pie has 15 grams of protein. Now, I want to check, are there 1 pies or 2 pies in this package? Screw it. There's one way to find out. Ah, yes. It is 1 pie. What you'll find sometimes that they do on the labels is they try to be sneaky and they will say something like one pie, but there's two pies in it. Or they'll say one serving, but there's two servings in it. But this pie here is a nice fisherman's pie. It is 330 calories. So it's actually only marginally more than this guy. And it has 24 grams of protein. So I mean, that is a very nice example of a meal that you can fit into your day. Okay, and what about if we wanted to look at something that's not so good for you? This was the only bar of chocolate I could find in the house because we ate the rest. So I'm not going to lie, it was Easter. Obviously people got excited, so this belongs to my sister, but I'm not eating it, Miriam. You'll be glad to know that. So this is a Crunch bar. Nice bar of chocolate. And how heavy is this bar? This is 100 grams of chocolate. So this is where shit goes bad. So the first thing is on the front. It's nice enough to tell us that per serving size. Well, it says 3 pieces. So if you eat 3 pieces of a Crunch bar, which is probably the most horrible example of 3 pieces because there are no 3 pieces that are the same on a Crunch bar. There is 86 calories in that, and because 9% of it is, sorry, not my, there's 83 calories in that, and there's 8.4 grams of sugar, so it's like 10% sugar. So if we look on the back, how much is it if I eat this whole bar of chocolate? Okay, so we will find it here. There should be a per 100 grams. 500 calories. That is 500 calories in this bar of chocolate. And protein 6 grams, so it's not great either. So 500 calories in this bar of chocolate. I mean, this is 330 calories. That's a whole meal. This is 290 calories. You know, you could almost have 2 of these for the calories in this, plus you're actually getting protein, which is important. So we might try go in depth and do a couple of these more often, because it was interesting to me how a couple of people weren't too sure with the food. But what are we going to go for here? I would like to say to ladies, aim for 1200 to 1400 calories and like 100 grams of protein in the day. Some people aren't interested in logging and learning about their food, but the reality is the more you are above this number, the harder it is going to be to lose weight. And the same with the guys. If you're trying to lose weight and you're a guy, something like 1800 calories. So yes, you have a little more leeway as a guy. You can have 3 meals that are like 500 calories and still have a little left over. Generally, you're going to have a lot of calories at lunch, at your dinner, and a lot of calories at lunch, and a little less for the breakfast. The snacks are the things that screw us up, and let's not forget these juices and so on, because the other one that gets people a lot is your coffee, your cappuccino. They'll often have 200 calories, and all of a sudden you have a glass of juice in the morning, you spend 300 calories there, you have a cappuccino in the afternoon, that's another 200 calories, and then you have another cappuccino, and that's another 200 calories, and all of a sudden, you know, you've spent 700 or 800 calories out of your day, half your daily allowance. That's where you get caught. So what's the rule? We're going to try aim for foods that are less than 450 calorie, over 20 grams of protein. Try not to drink calories. That's the danger. It's a very good way of putting on weight. If you want to gain weight, drink calories. If you don't, it's not a good choice. So that was just kind of what we said we try today. I don't know how the quality of this is, guys. I'm hoping it's okay. So don't be afraid to give any feedback. If you have any questions, do send them on. We can revisit this subject again once people wrap heads around it, and we can have a look at MyFitnessPal or a couple of other things. So take care, and we'll talk again soon.